and if you're new, welcome. Thanks so much for stopping by. I really appreciate you. So today we're gonna do a little book haul. Most of the books are from Dollar Tree, except for two of them. I got those at Second and Charles using my store credit. So let's get into it. All right, so the first two books were Second and Charles, and I got them because they kind of looked, the vibes kind of felt similar. And I went more on cover buys for these, so I really don't know what they're about that much. So this says, Not Like the Movies by Carrie Winfrey. And it says, Chloe Sanderson is an optimist, and not because her life is easy. As a sole caregiver for her father, who has early onset Alzheimer's, she's pretty much responsible for everything. She has no time for or interest in getting swept up in some dazzling romance, not like her best friend Annie, who literally wrote a rom-com that's about to premiere in theaters across America, and happens to be inspired by Chloe and her cute but no-nonsense boss, Nick Velez. As the buzz from the movie grows, Chloe reads one too many listicles, I guess, about why Nick is the perfect man, and now she can't see him as anything but reason number 4. The scruffy, bearded hunk who's always there when you need him. But unlike the romance Annie has written for them, Chloe isn't sure her own story will end with a happily ever after. And then for this one, How to Fail at Flirting by Denise Williams. When her flailing department lands on the university's chopping block, Professor Naya Turner's friends convince her to shed her frumpy cardigan for an evening on the town. For one night, her focus will stray from her demanding job, and she'll tackle a new kind of to-do list when she meets a charming stranger in town on business. He presents the perfect opportunity to check off the items on her list. Let the guy buy her a drink. Check. Try something new. Check. A no strings attached hookup. Check. Almost? Jake makes her laugh and challenges Naya to rebuild her confidence, which was left toppled by her abusive ex-boyfriend. Oh no. Soon she's flirting with the chance at a more serious romantic relationship, except nothing can be that easy. The complicated strings attached to her dating Jake might destroy her career. Naya has two options. She can protect her professional reputation and return to her old life, or she can flirt with the unknown and stay with the person who makes her feel like she's finally living again. So I feel like there's going to be some ups and downs there when it comes to them establishing that relationship, because she was in an abusive relationship, so she's not going to open up as easy. So we'll see how that journey goes. And then the rest of these I got at the Dollar Tree. And surprisingly, I didn't buy all of them that they had, just a couple of them. And also, if you wanted the book Rebecca, I have it already, but they had it at the Dollar Tree. You can get Rebecca for $1.25 now. Not a bad deal. All right, so the next book that I got is called Every Bone a Prayer by Ashley Blooms. And this one says, Misty's holler looks like any of 1,000 hollers that fork through the Appalachian Mountains. But Misty knows her home is different. She may be only 10, but she hears things. Even the crawdads in the creek have something to say if you listen. All that Misty's sister Penny wants to talk about are the strange objects that start appearing outside their trailer. The grown-ups mutter about sins and punishment, but that doesn't scare Misty. Not like the hurtful things that's been happening to her, the hurtful thing that is becoming part of her. Ever since her neighbor William cornered her in the barn, she must figure out how to get back to the Misty she was before. The Misty who wasn't afraid to listen. This is the story of one tough-as-nails girl whose choices are few, but whose fight is boundless as her coping becomes a battle cry for everyone around her. Every Bone of Prayer is a beautifully honest exploration of healing and hope. That one, I feel like that one's going to pull at the heartstrings. Maybe when I'm feeling a good cry, I can read that one. And then this heavy sucker is called Cursed, and it is written by Thomas Wheeler and illustrated by Frank Miller, and it is a Netflix series. Like the Dollar Tree, guys. This nice book. It's very heavy. That's what the inside looks like, and this feels like so soft. It's not like the regular rough books you sometimes find under a dust jacket. So this one says, the time for kings is over. The sword has chosen a queen. Nemu grew up an outcast. Her connection to dark magic made her something to be feared in her druid village, and that made her desperate to leave. That is until Red Paladins slaughter her entire village and Nemu's fate is forever altered. Charged by her dying mother to reunite an ancient sword with a legendary sorcerer, Nemu is now her people's only hope. Her mission leaves little room for revenge, but the growing power within her can think of nothing else. Nemu teams up with a charming mercenary named Arthur and refugee Feyfolk. She wields a sword meant for the one true king. She battles to unite her people, avenge her family, and discover the truth about her destiny. And perhaps the one thing that can change destiny itself is found at the edge of a blade. So this one is going to be interesting, and I love the fact that it has illustrations. Let's find some. Okay, here we go. So it has a little stuff to look at, and then there's also a Netflix series. So let's try it and watch it. Like I said, that is such a big, heavy, nice book for Dollar Tree. All right, so the next one, it won the James Tiptree Jr. Award. I have no idea what that is, but I'm going to have to look it up. And this one is called The XY by Virginia Virgin. And it says, he has never seen a girl. She has never met a boy. Uh-oh. She's been taught to fear him. He's been taught to fear her. What if they're both wrong? In River's world, XYs are a relic of the past, along with things like war and violence. Thanks to the global agreements, River's life is simple, safe, and peaceful, until she comes across a body in the road one day. A body that is definitely male and definitely still alive. River isn't prepared for this. There's nothing in the agreements about how to deal with an XY. But one lies before her, sick, suffering, and at her mercy. River can kill him or she can save him. Either way, nothing will ever be the same. So, this will be interesting to see how someone who has never experienced the opposite sex, like what are they going to be thinking? What are they going to be doing? So, that'll be interesting. And then this one, Perfectly Undone by Jamie Raintree. And it says, sometimes you have to lose your way to find yourself. And it looks like something's going to happen. Somebody might get attacked. Yes is such a little word. Dr. Dylan Michaels has worked hard for a perfect life. So when her longtime boyfriend Cooper gets down on one knee, it should be the most perfect moment of all. Then why does she say no? For too many years, Dylan's been living for her sister, who never got the chance to grow up, but her attempts to be the perfect daughter, perfect partner, and perfect doctor haven't been enough to silence the haunting guilt. The haunting guilt Dylan feels over her sister's death and the role no one knows she played in it. Now Dylan must face her past if she and Cooper stand a chance at a future together. But when Cooper makes a startling confession of his own, can Dylan find the courage to define her own happiness before her life becomes perfectly undone? So, Dr. Dillon, had a role in her sister's death. Now, could this be something they agreed upon. Maybe she didn't like her sister all that much. I don't know. So I guess we'll see how she played a part in the death, how the death affects her, and what is the secret the future fiance or whatever is going to have that could possibly kind of throw everything out of whack, I guess. All right, and then we have Unnatural Deeds by Sin Balog, I don't know. You think you know what happened, you don't. Victoria Zell doesn't fit in. Not that she cares what anyone thinks. She and her homeschooled boyfriend Andrew are inseparable. All they need is each other. That is, until the new kid, Zachary Zimmerman, joins her homeroom. With an hour of meeting, he convinces good girl Vic to cut class, and she can't get enough of that rush. Despite Vic's loyalty to Andrew, she finds her life slowly entwining with mysterious and charismatic Z's. Soon, she's lying to everyone she knows and breaking all the rules to be with him, and the rumors only make Z more intriguing. Except Z's not the only one with a past. Straight-laced Vic is hiding her own secrets. Secrets that are about to destroy everything in her path, because no matter how she tries to lock it up, the truth always gets out. Unnatural Deeds is a novel of infatuation and obsession with an electrifying ending that readers won't see coming. Okay. First off, if you have secrets to hide that you don't want anybody to know, why would you get mixed up in like a new routine, someone new you're introducing to your life? You have secrets to hide, but hey, let's go do what the bad boy says because he's all dreamy. Like, that makes no freaking sense. You'd want to keep your secrets close, especially if they're bad enough. Apparently, these kids in books don't think like us. Alright, so this one is the international edition of Bloodleaf by Crystal Smith. The strongest magic requires the greatest sacrifice. And before I even read the synopsis, like I said, most of the time I just pick up these books and throw them in the cart. Let me just make sure. It doesn't look like it's part of any series, so that's good. Alright, let's read. So this says, Princess Aurelia is a prisoner to her crown and the heir that nobody wants. Surrounded by spirits and banned from using her blood magic, Aurelia must flee her country after a devastating assassination attempt. Her only option for freedom lies with another warden, her betrothed, Prince Valentine. See, if you're going with the betrothed, I don't know. Anyway, to escape her fate, she disguises herself as a commoner in a new land and discovers a happiness her crown has never allowed. As she forges new bonds and perfects her magic, she begins to fall for a man who is forbidden to rule beside her. But the ghosts that haunt her refuse to abandon her, and she finds herself succumbing to their call as they expose a nefarious plot that only she can defeat. Will she be forced to choose between the weight of the crown and the freedom of her new life? In a book that is deliciously creepy with a spellbinding edge, Smith has woven a dark and luscious political fantasy that's layered with heady romance, magic, and ghostly intrigue. I really like the way this book looks, too. It's nice. So, yeah, we will see if this princess can escape the crown or make a life or whatever she needs to do, but you gotta watch where you run off to. And then this one, excuse me, I had a little burp. It's called The Race by Nina Allen. And it says, one of the best novels published this year in any genre. Okay, what year was this published? So maybe we can compare. 2016. So this is apparently the best book that was published in 2016 according to Adam Roberts and John W. Campbell. Wait. The BSFA and John W. Campbell Memorial Award-winning author. So according to another author, this is the best book of 2016. A child is kidnapped with consequences that extend across worlds. A writer reaches into the past to discover the truth about a possible murder. Far away, a young woman prepares for her mysterious future. In a future scarred by fracking and ecological collapse, Jenna Hullman's world is dominated by illegal smart dog racing greyhounds genetically modified with human DNA. What? When her young niece goes missing, that world implodes. Christy's life is dominated by fear of her brother, a man she knows capable of monstrous acts and suspects of hiding even darker ones. Desperate to learn the truth, she contacts Alex, who has his own demons to fight, and Marie, a young woman undertaking a journey that will change her world forever. Let's bring it back to the greyhounds genetically modified with human DNA. Huh? What? Wow. I guess we will see. I want to learn more about these dogs. Like, why? What's the point? Has anybody read this one? Give me some insight, maybe? I don't know. I've never heard of this author, much less this book. But apparently it's the best one of 2016, so we shall see. Alright, so that was my little haul. Like I said, it wasn't a whole lot. Just what I've kind of collected here and there over the past couple weeks. And I was going to share with you guys. I got a couple that I'm like super duper excited to read. And some that are just kind of like, they might be interesting. They might not. I don't know. But let's put them on the bookshelf that just keeps getting bigger and bigger. So, you know, let's see how it goes. Got a whole lot of books to read. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks so much for watching. If you've read any of these, let me know your feelings down below. And I will see you all next time. Bye, guys.